Welcome back to the Climate and Sustainability Risk series. I am Jay, and today we are exploring a big thing, which is a sustainability, what it really means, how it's measured, and why it matters to businesses and governments and our future. Let's dive into it. Sustainability is more than just an environment concept. It's about creating a system that can endure over time across three pillars, which is environmental, protecting natural resources and ecosystems. Second is social, ensuring equity, inclusion, and human rights. Third is economic, developing building prosperities, building without dig regarding the people or the planet. These three dimensions form the planet triple bottom line, which is a people, planet, and profit. So that you can see in the slides that sustainability triangles it's accordingly to the environment, people, society, and the economic development. So sustainability is often covers clean energy, sustainable finance through the various ESG related stuff. The UN Sustainable Development Goals, which is called as the SDGs, are 17 global goals adopted in 2015, a roadmap to a better, more sustainable future by 2030. So they range from ending poverty to tackling climate change, promoting gender equality, and building sustainable cities. So before the SDGs, we had the Millennium Development Goals with a stronger focus on inclusivities, and now it's focused on the sustainability. So it reveals how a business can create a long-term value. In visuals, you can see the SDG icons where comparison between the charts of the various SDGs and the MDGs that compare with the 17 goals. So nowadays, corporate companies are aligned their all the operations with the SDG goals, and they try to incorporate all the alignments as per the SDG targets. Nature provides critical benefits or ecosystem services such as pollination, clean water, climate regulations, and fertile soil. These are supported by the natural capital assets, Earth's stock of resources like forest, oceans, and biodiversity as well. Businesses like they are providing very much into the realizations of the services of nature, and they are depending on the nature agriculture reliance on the pollinators and the tourism on the natural beauties. So they recognized organizations are now mapping their impact and reliance on ecosystem services to mitigate risk and uncover the new opportunities through the natural risk assessment. So this natural risk assessment is very important to understand how it's working, the natural climate assessment, and what are the new opportunities to uncover this climate risk. So here you can see the diagram of provisioning of the various regulating, supporting, and the culture services, which is example from the food, fashions, and tourism sectors, so that you can understand how it's work for the natural capital assessment. Sustainability has evolved from a fringe topic to a core business strategy. So corporations now embedded ESG into operations, product design, and supply chains. In finance industry, sustainable investing and climate risk analysis are reshaping portfolios. Banks and insurance are integrating climate risk into the credit assessment and the disclosures. So these are the key drivers that are regulations, investor pressure, stakeholder demand, and long-term risk management is very important to incorporate into the enterprise risk management. Here you can see the timeline of sustainability evolutions, which is a real world example of one of the BlackRock ESG statement from the EU taxonomy and the CSRD highlights. So that gives the highlights of the climate risk assessment importance into the financial services. To coordinate sustainability efforts, businesses and institutions often join various coalitions and the follow frameworks. Few of the examples are including UNPRI, which is a principle for responsible investment, TCFD, which is a task force on climate related financial disclosures, CDP, which is a carbon disclosure projects where companies used to uh, uh, disclose their data on various initiatives. SBTi is science-based target initiatives where companies disclose and revalidated their targets, how they work on the GHG emissions. These frameworks standardized how companies measure and report their climate and sustainability efforts, helping investors and regulators to compare the various progress. So here you can see the various frameworks in a global, showing that participation as well as very simplified timeline of the reporting evolutions, that how this reporting regulations is evolved over the time period. Watch out for various greenwashing. When companies make sustainability claims, they can't back up for this greenwashing related stuff. So, for example, vague eco labels or excreted any impact of social or any green related stuff. So, then there is a green wishing when goals are ambitious but lack of clear goals about the climate commitment. So to counteract this, we need transparencies, third party audits, science based target validations, and robust reporting work through the various regulations. So side by side of green fish washing and versus green wishing, you can understand what are the credibilities for the climate risk commitment and what are the checklist that require for the to commit for the anti greenwashing. One tool to support real sustainability is the life cycle assessment, which is LCA. It tracks a product's full impact from raw materials to disposal, helping companies to reduce emissions and the waste across the supply chain. So you can see the cradle to gravel LCA diagrams for the fashion or the electronics industry. So you can create a life cycle assessment for any kind of products to understand how much emissions they are going to generate and when this product is going to be dumped on the landfill site. So you can understand the total age of that products and how that products can be reused or recycled or working for the different kind of products for as a raw material. In summary, sustainability is no longer optional, it is a very essential. In this chapter, we explore ESG, SDGs, ecosystem services, and how companies are taking action, or sometimes it's faking it as a greenwashing. In the next session, we will explore the climate scenario, risk, and the resilience. So make sure you subscribe, like the video, and share it with other exploring climate and sustainability risk professionals so that they can also get some benefits of this knowledge sharing series.